Welcome to the On Deck podcast for all your baseball DFS needs with your superstar hosts, fantasy baseball experts, Casey, Bubba, and Bogman. On Deck podcast is sponsored by LineStar app, the #1 top-rated data and analytics tool for daily fantasy sports.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the On Deck MLB DFS podcast, brought to you by the wonderful people at LineStar Sports. Make sure to check them out on Twitter at LineStar app and at LineStar MLB, and download the app in the Google App Store and the Apple App Store. All the good stuff you need there. You'll truly enjoy it. I promise you on that. You can find myself on Twitter at BDintric and my co-host, as always, on Twitter at Bogman Sports. Scott Bogman, how are we doing, my friend?
What a weekend, huh? I mean, I spent it writing for the whole time for our buddy Joe Pizzapizza's Fantasy Black Book. So I got my chapters in. You've done that before on the baseball side.
Tons
This
of
is
fun.
on the football side for me. I got that all done. But really, the Diamondbacks are just dropping like flies right now.
Man.
Gallen IL. Carson Kelly IL. Everyone's going
Christian
on the
Walker
IL.
back to the IL.
Christian
Drew
Walker,
Cabrera to
Drew
the
Cabrera.
IL.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many. Like it's the U571 GIF that I told you about before. We're all waiting for those depth charges to blow us up. So it was a rough one, but I am looking forward, of course, to the series with the Dodgers this week. So that should be fun.
Yep. You have a diehard Diamondbacks fan for a couple games now, so I'll be right there with you, rooting you on. But yeah, it was a wild weekend. In some of the chats, watching some guys build lineups, and I was kind of busy, so I dabbled a little bit. But I didn't do the weekend's kind of my time to detox from everything. So I'll dabble, but not do all the in-depth talking that we do. And seeing some of the scores just on Sunday in general is just like, whew. Like it was a fun one, kind of a wild and wacky one, but it'll lead us to 8 games on Monday. So it'll be a fun one to see where things take us. And on the bright side, Bogman, of the 8 games we have on this Monday, I don't see any major rain concerns, maybe a slight drizzle in Wrigley, but wind's blowing in from right in Wrigley as well. It's always a beautiful thing. So not too much there, but if you're ready, Boggs, you ready to break down 8 games for the listeners here?
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's get back on the horse.
Let's do it. Let's do another week in the books here. New York Mets at the Atlanta Braves. We have Taijuan Walker versus Max Fried on this one, and for some reason, no total. So they're on top of that one. You got Walker at 91 on DK, 8,000 on FanDuel. At Fried, 73 on DK, 72 on FanDuel. Walker's been very, very good this year. Yeah. Not like dominating, but very, very good. Atlanta's, you never know. Like they kind of woke up, it looked like, in Milwaukee on Sunday. Then you got Max Fried, who's second game back from the IL, pitched pretty well recently. You like any of the pitching in this game?
Yeah, I like Walker. I mean, you mentioned it before Sunday. For the last 2 weeks, Atlanta was hitting .214, third lowest batting average in the big. So 3 of his last 4 starts were quality for Taijuan Walker. So I'm in on Walker for sure here.
Yeah, I think Walker goes extremely low owned. So he's definitely one of those kind of put him in the back pocket if you want to be contrarian in your pitching game. I definitely see that as an option, especially more so on FanDuel with the $8,000 price tag. 91 on DK gets a little sketch for me, but the 8,000 I can definitely get with. What bats do you like in this one?
Well, I mean, it's Mets bats, obviously, because I'm taking Walker. So don't really want, I mean, I think the no total is probably because of Acuna being banged up, right?
Yeah, and the rumor has it he's supposed to be back on Monday, but believe it when you see it type stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to buy into rumors. But, I mean, VR, pretty good history against Fried, 2 for 5 with 2 doubles and a run scored. So that's a 400 average. Dom Smith has been pretty hot. And Jose Peraza has been hot. So there's not a lot of bats, I feel like, on either side. If you are not starting Walker, then Freddie Freeman is 2 for 5 with a bomb against Walker. And then, Albies, Ozuna starting to pick it up, and your boy Willem Contreras is hitting as well. Mm-hmm. So there's some decent bats on that side if you aren't going with Walker, but I am going to be going with Walker.
Yeah, William Contreras is just hitting everything right now. Like, I forgot who his brother was at this point in time. It's ridiculous what he's doing. And so if you want to go there, he's cheap. $3,800 is still pretty cheap for the production he's doing. And I will mention, if you are going Braves side of this one, you mentioned a lot of the usual suspects. If Acuna's out, Adrian's has been leading off, and he's very, very cheap. So if you want to go somewhere in that line, keep an eye on that. If you're not using Walker, you want some Atlanta bats, or you just want a one-off type play for value, Adrianza could be that guy for you. Washington at the Cubs. Highly doubt we have a total here because it's Wrigley. Yeah, no total. No total in this one because Wrigley weather is the only place where weather dictates anything. Leicester, 6,600 on both sites. Alzolay, 81 on DK, 68 on FanDuel. I love Alzolay today. Am I missing something here, Bogman?
No, I think Alzolay. And by the way, just so everybody knows, if you're watching, introducing Captain to the podcast here because I've been able to keep him away from the camera since May, but he's not having it today. But Alzolay, 2 of his last 3 starts have been quality, 19-2 strikeout to walk rate in those 3. So I kind of like him. Leicester only 3 starts this year. Last one was quality, but only 10 strikeouts to 7 walks. I'm going to pass on Leicester, but Alzolay could be decent today, especially like you said with the wind blowing in.
Yeah, if he can somehow squeak out a quality start and even a win on FanDuel at $6,800, he can afford you every bat you could possibly want on this slate. Now, there's some high-priced pitching we're going to talk about, so he's more of an SP2 on DK for me, but $6,800 for the upside of Albert Alzolay seems really ridiculous to me. What bats do you like in this game? Because the Cubs' offense has been sketchy, but they just feast on left-handed pitching right now.
I mean, Chris Bryant has been hitting, so 5,500, 4,300. He's expensive, but you can afford to put him in there. Peterson has been hitting too, 4,100, 2,700. Wilson Contreras, obviously more expensive on DK, 5,000 and 3,400, and then Rizzo, 5,100 and 3,700. And if you want a little PVB, I mean, it's over 24 at bats, but Jason Hayward has 10 hits. 4 doubles and a homer against Leicester, so he hits him very, very well. So since I will probably roll out Alzolay in a couple lineups, I'm not really interested in Washington bats, but Schwarber, Turner, Bell starting to turn it on. Yan Gomes is a cheaper option at catcher, and Starlin Castro is hitting right now too.
Yeah, there's tons of value with the Nats if you want to. They started hitting. It was Arizona. No offense, Bogman, but they started hitting in Arizona. So we'll see if it carries over.
Doesn't matter if it's a fence or not. They were hitting.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw it.
But Bell and Schwarber are definitely heating up, and they're still very affordable. Even Starlin Castro's affordable. So if you want to go Nat side, you can. I like Alzolay a lot tonight, though. So I'll probably not be going that rate unless something that we talk about in the chats. When ownership comes out, if Alzolay's going to be chalky, yeah, put a Nat stack out there. Totally do it. Like that's how you gain leverage in a tournament. But for now, I like Bryant. I like Baez. I like Contreras. Like that's the big boys, and you can splash some Rizzo if you want because he does like hitting him some lefties. But Bryant's just been mashing, so go that direction. Chicago White Sox at the Minnesota Twins. We have Keuchel versus Happ, and I'm going to try not to laugh when he makes his joke this time. Over under of 9 on one. You got Keuchel at 62 and 61, Happ at 71 and 73. No pitching for me, Bogman. But
I would like to know, how is the over only 9, Bubba? I mean, Happ gave up 9 in this game last week. Keuchel gave up 6. So how is the over on this game only 9? Right?
Sometimes Vegas lets people feel good about life. I don't know.
You got to expect them to get better than giving up 15 runs starting this game against each other again. But I mean, it's Stack City, right? I mean.
Especially the White Sox, who just like Andrew Vaughn still is not priced up accordingly. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, 24 and 23 on both sites. Moncada's been hitting. He's 47 and 35. Mercedes 46 and 28. And then there's a lot of PVB data here. Of course, last week when we talked about this, Cruz had 5 homers against Keuchel. Now he has 6 because he hit 1 in that game.
Didn't you pick him that night, by the way?
I did. That was the night I picked him. So a little preview maybe here. But Garver, 5 for 11, hitting 455 against him. Donaldson, 8 for 29 with a double and a homer. Polanco's 4 for 11 against him. And then on the White Sox side, they've seen Happ a ton too. Tim Anderson is 11 for 19 with a triple and 2 homers against him. Lori Garcia, 4 for 12 with 3 doubles. Jose Abreu hitting 333 with he's 6 for 18 with a triple. I mean, probably not many guys he has a triple against. And even Billy Hamilton is 4 for 14 with a double and a triple and 2 stolen bases against Happ. So this is a stat game, and I cannot believe that the over is only 9 here.
Yeah, I absolutely love Andrew Vaughn. This was the time last week when I tweeted out about 10 in the morning my time. I said, it's going to be really cool when Andrew Vaughn is his first career home run tonight. And then he went deep that night because I started looking at his numbers more and more, and I started seeing J.A. Happ, and I'm like, yeah, no. It's happening, folks. It's happening. GIF was inserted into my brain. So, yes, Andrew Vaughn, love him tonight. Again, Tim Anderson, I always love versus lefty. than the usual suspects, like you mentioned. I'm a big fan. I usually don't target Keuchel as much, but the Twins did get to him this last time. He finds ways to limit contact, but you can't ignore the success some of these guys have had against him. So you have full game stack in effect. If I pick one side, it's the White Sox, but yeah, this is a definite hammer time situation.
Yeah.
Yankees at Texas on this one. Garrett Cole, Jordan Lyles, over under 8 because the Yankees might score 8 themselves in this game. It's pretty much how it has to go over is the way I see it. Cole's 10-9 on DK, 12-3 on FanDuel. Lyles 54 and 58. Garrett Cole, this is pretty simple to me, Bogman. Texas strikes out so much. Cole's like guaranteed for 10K. Like, okay, nothing's guaranteed in baseball. Give him like a 98% chance he's getting 10 plus strikeouts tonight.
There's some decent pitching, and you know, if you don't want to buy Cole, I'll say I understand it, but 7 quality starts in a row, 78-3 Ks to walk on the season. You know, Lyles has 1 quality start in 8 games. Like you said, the Rangers strike out an absurd amount. So I'm all on Cole for this game, and Yankees bats. I mean, I know Stanton's hurt right now, which is absurd and eye rolling and all that stuff. But if he gets back out there, he is 4 for 9 with 2 doubles and a bomb against Lyles in his career. But Aaron Judge has been raking right now, 56 and 38. Gio Urshela, 48 and 29, kind of priced more appropriately. But I don't want, you know, if you wanted a Texas bat, as you tweeted out yesterday, Garcia keeps hitting. He just keeps
ridiculous.
Hitting.
Doesn't
32 and 35. He's actually cheaper on DK than he is on FanDuel today. And then our boy IKF is still fairly cheap as well, but I don't want many hitters against Cole. So
yeah, it's tough to stack Cole because the thing with him, and it's like a Scherzer's thing, he'll give up a home run or two, but they're usually solo shots. And if you stack, you're not going to get much out of 2 or 3 runs. So it's like if you want to take a one-off with the Garcia or whatever, sure. Like I made the comment earlier this year, we looked at it last year, like who he's back now is the first baseman for the Rays. I just totally blanked on him. He just came off the IL.
Choi,
G-Man Choi has great success against Cole, and he went deep that night. Like some guys, you could do the one-offs. I can't stack Texas.
Well, if you put the bat on it, it's going to go far.
A long ways. Yes, definitely. So I'm all aboard the Cole train. Aaron Judge is just white hot right now. I always love Gio Urshela. So mix and match, see what the lineups spit out there for you. So there's some value because the Yankees are a little banged up too. It's like Tyler Wade's been starting a lot and some other guys if you want to really get frisky, but it's pretty much the Aaron Judge show right now. And I'm all about it. So works for me. Cleveland at the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Sam Hinches, Patrick Sandoval, over under 9. This feels like the great pivot if you want to avoid the Chicago White Sox Minnesota Twins chalk because Hintage is a pitch to contact guy. Sandoval, yeah. So I'm going over the prices, Bogman. What bats do you like in this game?
Yeah, I mean, look, I kind of want to avoid this game because this does look like a stackable game here. But neither's
come into play.
Neither side of these lineups have been hitting recently. True. You know, Jose Ramirez has been hitting a little bit. You know, but he's expensive, 5,700, 4,000. Ahmed Rosario's getting some hits, 3,300, 2,100, but he may not even be in the lineup. Cesar Hernandez has been good, but specifically on FanDuel, he was a good buy at 2,300, but he's 4,100 on DK. Don't think I want to spend that on him. And on the Angels side, I mean, you can buy Ohtani any game you want. So if you want to buy Ohtani or Trout, of course, you can buy them. But after him, after those guys, it's Walsh, 46 and 32, and Jose Iglesias at 3,000, 2,300. Phil Gosselin's been playing a little bit, and he's really cheap and getting some hits. But I don't know. There's just not a lot to love here. There's some likable guys, but I don't know that there's much lovable guys.
Yeah, Gonsolin's been hitting pretty good lately, too, which is pretty interesting. Taylor Ward, another right-handed potential power bat if you want to attack Hinches. It's 2 lefties. You're going to get into the bullpen earlier than most because they're not going to go too deep into this game. So you kind of pick your poisons there. There's a lot to like in this game, but it could get frustrating, as Boggs mentioned. I think it's an intriguing pivot, though, if you want to if you want to attack.
Well, I would not be surprised if it was, 10-9, this final score. But like I said, neither of these offenses has been white hot recently. So
100%. Let's go to LA. D-backs, Dodgers, Mad Bum, Bueller. We have no total on this one yet, but Bumgarner is 8,500 on DK, 86 on FanDuel. Bueller 10,000 on DK, 99 on FanDuel. I want to use Bumgarner so bad, but I am a scared little kitty cat.
Yeah, and there's other games,
Mhm.
to fight for some pitching here. But Bumgarner has been good. 3 of his last 4 have been quality. 29 strikeouts to 1 walk over those 4 games as well. So, Buehler, it's a good start against a banged up Diamondbacks team, but I don't know. I feel like there's even a couple more pitchers on this slate that I like, even after the ones that we've already talked about. So I just don't think I'm going to pay up for Buehler.
Yeah, Bueller's very, very intriguing to think about because on FanDuel he's like 2,400 cheaper than Cole. Like I love Cole's ceiling much more than Buehler. Bueller's one of those though they're starting to let him go deeper into games now, at least pitch count wise, and it's a very bad matchup for the D-backs because that lineup's so banged up.
Yeah,
it's an interesting pivot spot. I still think Cole's by far the elite option here. But
right.
Buehler is very, very, especially on FanDuel, where he's that much cheaper. DK's $900, still in play, but on FanDuel, it's very interesting. What bats do you like on this game? Because I like both pitchers, where I'm kind of just like, you know what? I just want to enjoy this ball game.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Turner, 19 for 71. Obviously, go get it out of the ocean, right? Or was that Muncy? Was that Muncy or Turner? That was Muncy. You're right. But still, Turner pretty good. 4 doubles, 4 homers against Bumgarner. Peralta has been hitting a little bit. Eduardo Escobar had a good weekend, and so did Rojas and Lux. Pavin Smith, also a decent option. There's some good cheap options here, but I don't know. I kind of like the pitching side more, even though I don't want to pay up for it. I know it's a little counterintuitive, but I don't think I'm going to have many bats here.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those games you could see it being like 4-2. Like, right. Really, what does that get you? Unless you get the one guy that hits like 2 home runs out of nowhere. Like it's a tricky game where anything can happen because it is #baseball. But it's one of those that's really tricky. And we have other games to attack on this slate, including Colorado at San Diego. We got John Gray, Yu Darvish. The no total on this one as well. So much fun. Vegas is taking Sunday night off.
Sunday.
Yeah, Gray is 75 on DK, 78 on FanDuel. Darvish 10-2 on DK, 11-1 on FanDuel. Another reason why it's hard to go to Buehler is you got Cole at 10-9, you got Darvish at 10-2. In this matchup against the Road Rockies, sign me up.
Yeah, I kind of don't want pitching in this game though. I like Gray on the road, but the Padres have been hitting. Yeah. They've been hitting a lot, and the Rockies have scored 26 runs in their last 3 games. And his last start, Darvish last start was against Colorado, and he only went 4 innings. That was in Colorado. So obviously it's a little bit different, but he had like 5 quality starts in a row. And then his last 2 starts have been a little bumpy too. So, I mean, it's fine if you want to play Darvish, but I'm just going to go ahead and pay for Cole. That's how I'm looking at this. I'm just going to go ahead and pay up for Cole instead of, banking on Darvish to have a good start when he wasn't great against Colorado and they've been hitting. So I kind of don't want the pitchers on either side here.
Yeah, no, I can't argue Cole being the lead option. I'll take some chances with Darvish against the Road Rockies. It's a fun beast, but there are a lot of Rockies values if you want to attack Darvish. If you think he's really off, there's tons of value bats, but it depends if you're interested in that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little PVB data against Darvish for Story. He's 12 for 4 or 3 for 12 with a double and a homer, so he's got a little power against him. Machado 7 for 24 against Gray with 2 homers. But like you mentioned, Josh Fuentes, all these guys have been hitting because, like I said, 26 runs the last 3 games. Josh Fuentes 25 and 24. Daza 23 and 2,000. Garrett Hampson's even a cheap option at 38 and 35. Your boy Connor Joe's at 24 and 22. McMahon's at 46 and 33. Carantini's been hitting a little bit, and we know he's going to catch Darvish, 29 and 22. Nola 4,000, 2,200. Grisham 43 and 33. So, and Cronenworth is picking it back up, and Cronenworth is only 2,400 on FanDuel. So
that's real cheap.
There's some good buys here for sure.
Yeah, it could be a nice little sneakier game to attack on that one. And then we head to the nightcap, and I don't think we even have a total. We do. Detroit Tigers, Seattle Mariners, Casey
Can I guess it?
You say Kikuchi, how much?
7.5.
Close, it's 8. Over under 8 on this one. You have Mize 69 and 7,000. Kikuchi 78 and 9K. Kikuchi at $7,800 is going to be very hard for me not to have all the Kikuchi in the world tonight, Bogman.
Well, Kikuchi, 3 quality starts in a row. Last time out, he had 11 strikeouts. We saw that last week.
Yep.
Mize also 3 quality starts in a row. Now his K per 9 is rough. It's 6.28. His walk per 9 is still high at 3.72. But I actually like both sides of the pitching here, and I want nothing to do with the bats in either one of these lineups.
Yeah, the pitching does bring some nice value. I'll keep going Kikuchi because I keep attacking the Tigers with left-handed pitching all day long. They're just that bad at it. And then Mize is the interesting punt of the night if you need him. I'm definitely on board with that as well. Don't forget Jared Kalenic is 29 on FanDuel, 3K on DK if you want to just have fun with that against Casey Mize. Mitch Haniger's hitting everything right now. So I have no problem attacking Casey Mize because we've seen him be so volatile. But I do like him as a SP2 punt on DK. Right now, my SP2s are pretty much Kikuchi and Alzolay. But if you really need to save some cash, you can go to Mize. I don't hate it at all. Like, you make some very valid points there. All right. If we're stacking it up tonight, Bogman, 8 games, who are we looking to stack this evening?
Well, like I said, I don't like a ton of stacks, but Yankees against Lyles is fine at any point. And then both sides of the White Sox and the Twins with Keuchel versus Happ out there. I mean, like I said, we did this dance last week. There were a ton of runs, so why don't we bet on it again?
Yep. Chicago, Minnesota, as you said, Yankees. I'm on board with all of that. The only other ones that really stand out is, I guess, if you want to go San Diego at this point in time. It's really 3 main spots. That Cleveland Angels game, I really want to see some lineups because I have a feeling I'm having exposure to that. But it's mainly just 3 stacks for the most part as we speak. And as we speak, you guys can just check your phones or listening on your phone, on your devices. Give a rate and review on iTunes for the podcast. We'd really, really appreciate it. It helps the podcast out a ton. It's the easiest way to help the 2, I'd say, little guys here, but that'd be a lie because you can see us on YouTube if you go to the LineStar YouTube channel and you subscribe and like all that good stuff there. So you can listen to us on the app or you can go to YouTube, whatever floats your boat. But make sure you check out LineStar on Twitter at LineStar app and at LineStar MLB because they tweet all kinds of good stuff, including giveaways, including the home run calls of the day where Bogman, Ryan Humphreys, and myself will make home run calls, and 3 lucky people that retweet will be drawn. And if a home run is hit, you win some free LineStar swag. So, Bogman, on this Monday, May 17th, who was your home run call of the day?
Give me Nelson Cruz again. I mean, he's got 6 against Keuchel. Why not make it 7? He came into the year with 5. So let's roll, Nelson. Get him.
Some people call that ownership.
Against Mr. Kelly Nash. Get him.
There it is. You finally threw it out there. I was waiting for that the entire game. My home run call of the day is going to stay in that same game. Last week, I took Tim Anderson, so that probably means he's going to go yards tonight because I'm not going to pick Tim Anderson. But I am going to pick Jose Abreu to go deep against J.A. Happ. So just you've been warned, it's probably going to be Tim Anderson. But I take Jose Abreu on this one. Bogman takes Nelson Cruz. Fireworks galore between the White Sox and the Minnesota Twins, Boggs. That'll wrap us up. 8 games in the books. Getting a Monday started off nice, quick, simple for all you listeners. Hope everybody has a great Monday. We'll be back with you guys on Tuesday. I'm on Twitter at BDintric, Bogman at Bogman Sports. We'll see you later.
Good luck.
Thank you for listening to the LineStar app On Deck podcast. Download LineStar app from the App Store or go to LineStarApp.com for all your DFS baseball needs. If you love the On Deck podcast, support KC, Bubba, and Bogman by rating and subscribing. Good luck.